The movie opens in a snow-covered neighborhood, glowing with Christmas lights, kids playing outside, everyone soaking in the holiday spirit. Everyone, that is, except Ashley, a young woman spending the holiday away from her own family to babysit 12-year-old Luke while his parents go to a Christmas party. Ashley has watched Luke for years, since he was about 8, so his parents trust her without question. Before they leave, Luke's mom mentions he's been sleepwalking again and asks Ashley to balance a pencil on his door handle so she'll know if he wanders out at night. Earlier that day, Luke told his best friend Garrett he was going to make his move on Ashley tonight. He's convinced he's mature enough for her to finally notice him. Garrett laughs it off, pointing out the obvious age gap, but Luke isn't fazed. Once Luke's parents are gone, Ashley settles in, fielding call after call from her boyfriend Ricky, who wants to come over. She keeps turning him down. She's working. Luke, meanwhile, is in full show-off mode. Little tricks, exaggerated confidence, anything to catch her eye. Ashley just smiles and treats him like the kid she's always known. While tidying the kitchen, she finds the back door mysteriously open and closes it without much thought. Another call from Ricky turns into a minor argument, souring her mood further. Then the landline rings. Silence on the other end. She writes it off as a prank and joins Luke in the living room for a horror movie. Partway through, Luke tells her flatly that Ricky isn't right for her. Ashley shuts that down fast, reminding him he's a kid and it's not his business. The doorbell interrupts them. A pizza Ashley never ordered. Luke guesses his dad must have called it in before leaving, so they shrug and dig in. As the night wears on, Luke gets bolder, sitting closer, leaning on her shoulder, putting a hand on her leg. Ashley pulls away immediately and tells him flat out that it's not okay. A phone call breaks the tension and gives her a minute alone. When she comes back and sits down, Luke suddenly lunges and tries to kiss her. She shoves him off, furious, and makes it clear the line has been crossed. It's excruciatingly awkward, and Ashley realizes his crush runs a lot deeper than she thought. Before they can even process it, another call comes in, a voice telling her calmly that they're watching her from outside. She checks the backyard, nobody there, but the back door is open again. Rattled, she asks Luke for her phone. He fumbles it straight into the fish tank, killing it instantly. Then Garrett shows up outside and admits he's behind some of the scares. Just a dumb prank. Ashley's annoyed, but relieved it's over. It isn't. A crash sounds upstairs. Ashley grabs a knife and leads Luke and Garrett up to find a shattered window, a brick on the floor, a note tied to it warning them not to leave the house alive. The landline's dead, the internet's out, they're cut off. They bolt for Ashley's car, only to find a slashed tire. Panic sets in, and despite the warning, Garrett brakes and sprints for the front yard. A gunshot cracks through the night. Garrett drops, shot by someone hidden in the dark. Ashley and Luke scramble back inside, realizing they're being hunted by someone they can't see, and hide in the attic as the intruder moves methodically through the house below. A spider startles Ashley, and she nearly falls through the attic opening. Luke yanks her back just in time. Back downstairs, Luke insists they need protection and sneaks into his parents' room to grab a hidden gun. He leads Ashley into another room, warning her the masked intruder is still in the house. Then the masked figure walks in, and something about it strikes Ashley as familiar. She rips off the mask to find Garrett underneath. The truth spills out. Luke and Garrett plan the entire home invasion together, a scheme for Luke to save Ashley and win her over. Furious, Ashley tears into Luke. Humiliated that his plan blew up in his face, he shoves her down the stairs. She's knocked out cold. She wakes up tied to a chair, mouth taped shut, while Luke and Garrett wander the house like nothing happened. Luke confesses he's genuinely in love with her, age gap and all, and Ashley realizes with horror just how deep his obsession runs. The boys force her into a twisted game of truth or dare, Luke digging for personal details while Garrett eggs him on. Though cracks are starting to show between them, Garrett growing uneasy with how far Luke's taking things. Left alone briefly, Ashley grabs a flashlight and flashes Morse code out the window for help. No luck. The boys return and confiscate it before anyone notices. Luke then mixes a drink he claims will wipe her memory by morning. Ashley knocks it out of his hands rather than drink it. The doorbell rings. Ashley tries to scream. Luke cranks music to cover it and answers the door to find her boyfriend Ricky holding flowers, claiming Ashley texted him to come over. She didn't. Luke sent it. He lies, telling Ricky she's upset and doesn't want visitors. Ricky turns to leave but asks Luke to pass along the flowers, and when Luke opens the door for them, Ricky gets suspicious and forces his way in. While this plays out, Ashley drops to the floor and secretly palms a shard of broken glass, hiding it to cut herself free later. Luke tells Ricky that Ashley's upstairs resting. As Ricky heads up to check on her, Luke grabs a bat and ambushes him from behind. They struggle until Garrett shows up with a shotgun, and together they knock Ricky out. Ricky wakes up tied to a chair next to Ashley. It comes out that Luke used her phone to lure him there, a detail even Garrett didn't know, sparking another fight between the two before Luke talks him him back down. Luke's obsession keeps escalating. He now wants Ashley to call her ex, Jeremy, and invite him over too. She refuses, so Luke does it himself. While he's distracted, Ashley starts sawing through her ropes with the glass shard. Ricky helps buy her time by causing a distraction that sends Luke outside to deal with cleanup, giving Ashley just enough time to free both feet. But things take a darker turn. Luke and Garrett drag Ricky into another room, and Luke's jealousy finally boils over. Ashley breaks free completely, grabs a handgun, and rushes in, aiming it at Luke and demanding he back off. For a second, it looks like she has the upper hand. Then Luke swings a paint can into Ricky's head with brutal force, killing him instantly. Ashley, frozen in shock, fires the gun anyway, but it's empty. It was never loaded. She bolts for the front door and nearly makes it out before Luke drags her back and ties her up again, this time with strands of Christmas lights. Then, chillingly calm, he steps outside to greet a group of carolers on the porch, like nothing at all is wrong inside. Garrett, meanwhile, is unraveling. This has gone far past the harmless prank he signed up for, and he starts to question whether he can keep going along with Luke. Soon after, Ashley's ex Jeremy shows up. Luke greets him warmly and tells him Ashley wants a written apology before she'll see him, luring Jeremy, unknowingly, straight into the same trap. Jeremy, still thinking he's just there to apologize, has no idea what's coming. Luke keeps up the act right until the moment he loops a rope around Jeremy's neck and yanks it tight. Jeremy fights back, but it's no use. Luke watches, cold and unmoved, as the trap finishes what it was built for. Inside, Garrett is falling apart. This isn't the prank he signed up for anymore. Ashley presses the opening, telling him the truth. Luke's been using him the whole time, and he'll keep using him until he's no longer useful. It lands. Garrett finally sees it. Trying to make it right, he moves to untie her, then, misreading the moment completely, leans in and kisses her. Luke sees it from across the room and snaps. Jealous rage takes over. He grabs the gun and shoots Garrett without a second's hesitation. As Garrett goes down, Luke screams that he made him do it, then fires again to finish the job. No hesitation, no remorse. Whatever friendship the two of them had ends right there. Ashley watches the last person who could have helped her die in front of her. Whatever hope she had left goes with him. With no one left to stop him, Luke sits beside her and starts talking about his mum, how affectionate she used to be, how she pulled away and he never understood why. Ashley says nothing, but her face gives away that she understands exactly what happened. Her silence enrages him more than any answer could have. He attacks her, certain he's just eliminated the only person who could ever expose him. Believing everyone's dead, Luke gets to work, staging the scene, moving bodies, wiping away anything that doesn't fit the story he once told. He does it all with a calm, methodical precision that's chilling for a 12-year-old. Right before he's done, he remembers the pencil his mum left on his door to check for sleepwalking, so he climbs back into his room through the window, slides into bed, and plays asleep. When his parents get home, they walk into a nightmare. Police and paramedics flood the house while Luke plays the terrified, clueless kid to perfection, inside, convinced he's pulled it off. Then a paramedic yells that someone's still breathing. Ashley survived.
As she's wheeled out on a stretcher, Luke watches from his window, and for the first time all night, real fear cracks through his mask. She can still tell everyone what he did. Their eyes meet as she's loaded into the ambulance, and even barely conscious, she makes sure he knows she's alive, and his secret's not safe anymore. Scrambling to hold his story together, Luke flips right back into worried, innocent kid mode, telling his mom he's scared for Ashley and asking to visit her at the hospital. And that's where the film leaves us, not knowing whether Luke's crimes will finally catch up to him or whether he'll keep hiding behind that innocent face.